Like, so again, crypto goes up and down in price. So another big thing I think I want to make sure people understand, you see a lot of news about people losing money. Oh, this person bought this. Now it's worth this. They lost that much money. So if, for instance, I bought Bitcoin when it was 60,000. Now it's worth 27,000 right now. I lost $40,000. Did I lose $40,000? This is where, like, the way the media portrays it. You did not lose that money unless you sold it when it's down. So if you had a house and the house on the up market is worth 500,000 and then the down market is worth 420, did you lose that money? You lost the current value of that, but you didn't lose it. If you wait till the market is back up and sell it, you probably are going to make money, right? But the way it's always talked about is these people, see, we lost our money. You lost your money. Yes, on certain projects, if you bought certain projects that have no way of making it in the next 10, 20 years, yes, you lost money because there's no way you're ever going to be able to sell it again at above what you bought it for. So yes, in that case, you did lose. But if you buy the staple projects, Bitcoin and Ethereum, and you believe they're going to be around for the next 20, 30, 50 years, which are written into the code, there's literally no way. The only way for those projects to not exist anymore is if every computer in the world stops working at the same time. Because still, if there's some computers working, then it's still alive, right? So how likely is that to happen? Yes, possible. But if that happened, digital currency is a much smaller problem than us figuring out how to survive, right? So in my, you know, I get angry when I see the way it's portrayed because it's portrayed that way to scare people. Oh, you lost money. You didn't lose. Just because the price is down right now, if you didn't sell it, you didn't lose. If you sold it, yes, you lost. So that's up to you. If you feel like you believe Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to go to zero and never come back up ever, then yeah, you lost. So sell it and get out and don't have to deal with those emotions. But the truth is, what happens, and this is what's happening right now, actually, is what I'm talking about it. The prices are going up. They're surging up. But every time in history that I've seen on the charts that the prices go up, they come down. So what happens is people FOMO, meaning fear of missing out. They're like, oh my God, it's gonna go to $1 million. Let me put money in right now because it's up. It's up 35% in 2 weeks. But what I've seen happen too many times, and again, I don't know if that's what's gonna happen right now. I feel like it is, but again, not financial advice. It always comes up, comes down, comes up, come down, comes up, come down. It never just goes straight up forever. So if you buy on the way up, it's 27,000. Let's say you bought today. Say you bought one Bitcoin today, it's 27,000. And then it comes back down to 15,000. You Everybody's gonna be like, oh, you lost money, you lost money. Again, that's short-term thinking. That's not investing. How long did you expect to hold that Bitcoin for when you bought it? If you expected to hold it for a few weeks, yes, you lost money because now you're going to sell it at 15,000 and you bought it at 27. If you expected it to hold it for 5 years, have you lost money? It's just like real estate. If during those 5 years, the prices come up and down, but in 5 years, the price is higher than when you paid, did you lose money? This is where it's like too short-term thinking. People treating it like gambling. Oh, last week you bought it, this week is down, you lost money. If you thought about it the same way people think about real estate, that's my hope for people to think about it the same way. Yes, it's not physical, you can't live in it, but when you buy it, think about the length of time you're willing to hold it. And if you don't sell it on the downs, did you lose money? And this is where, like, you see it on NFTs, you see it on certain coins, you see it on, they wrap everything into this, like, you lost money. But they don't really do that with other assets, right? Like, yes, stock, they do it with that. But again, The smart people who invest in stocks, they're not investing for 2 weeks. They're investing for years, decades. Did they lose money? When people lost Amazon, when Amazon went down 90% in the early 2000s, did the people that bought Amazon in the year 2000 lose money? They lost it, they sold it then. But right now they're filthy rich if they held it. Took 20 years, but now Amazon's one of the top companies in the world. Yes, it's not guaranteed that Bitcoin and Ethereum will be the top cryptocurrencies in 10, 20 years, but I think it's pretty safe to say that they will be around and worth more than they are today in 20 years. How much more? Nobody knows. If it will be worth more at all, nobody knows. But the reason why I think it is because around the world, everybody just got the news that the banks don't work in a way that I bet most people thought they worked. So Bitcoin and Ethereum were created to work outside of those worlds and fix all those problems everybody just saw. Once the world understands that and start putting, even if everybody in the world bought like a little bit of each, it will be worth a lot more than it is today. And I believe that's going to happen. So, all right, what are the key advantages and disadvantages of traditional banks versus DeFi? I spoke about a few of them during this, but I'll just go over them again really quickly. Traditional value, the advantage to traditional is it is the real world connection right now. There's really no way yet. There's some ways, but they're very, very small amounts of paying for things in the real world with crypto. In some countries, they are. So, like in El Salvador, you can buy a sandwich on the street using Bitcoin. In parts of Africa, you can buy things using Bitcoin. Everywhere in the world, not yet, right? I do think it's coming. It's going to take some time. That is a big advantage, though, right? Like if you got money in this digital space, but you got to bring it through the old world to use it, that is a problem. But again, there are many, many, many people working on it, and it's going to get solved eventually. Technology takes time. The internet is only 30 years old. The mobile phone is like 15 years old. And now billions of people have one. This is the first device where billions of people have had it. And now this is what makes mobile apps and digital properties on a phone very scalable. There was never a time in the world where every single human being on the planet could buy stocks, could buy real estate. Right now, every single human in the world with a phone can buy crypto, right? Not everybody could buy American stocks. Not everybody can buy American real estate or real estate at all. Everybody, even if you have 50 cents, can buy crypto. The one asset that literally everybody on the planet has access to and makes enough to buy. I believe that's going to grow in value. That's just me, though. I could be wrong, not financial advice. Um, so for DeFi, I brought up the global access, the no, I won't say, I'm going to say the non-racist component to the banking system, where it's like if you're a certain race or gender, you may not get treated the same way. That is a huge deal. Loans alone. There's a line from Jay-Z. He says, they'll give you checks, but they'll never give you leverage. Right? What he's saying there is if you go into a bank, there's companies that will give you money, but they won't let you borrow off of that money. And that's how most rich people get rich, by leveraging the money they make. They don't spend the money they make, they leverage it to make it a lot more. So now every single person on the planet can do the same thing that the rich people get to do. That's powerful. And that's pretty much what DeFi was created to do. You could take the money you make, any amount you make, and leverage it to make more. Versus in the traditional world, you have to be filthy rich to do that. And have good credit and have whatever.